Welcome to Board Game Binge, the place where we bring you bite-sized, bingeable board game content from across the industry. I'm your host, James Staley, and in this episode, we're chatting with Gilles Turbide, a board game author and designer from Quebec City. Gilles' newest title, a tile-laying game called Kalypso and published by Inside Up Games, is currently on Kickstarter. Gilles, welcome to the binge. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, James. I'm going fine, actually.
That was more than fine. My gosh, you've got Kalypso that's on Kickstarter right now. We know you got Tolleno that's currently in the market and being featured at Essen soon. We're going to get into all of that on today's episode. But I think you're doing more than fine, my friend. You were doing spectacular. So let's start off. So you're a game designer from Quebec City.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get into the gaming industry? Like, where did this all start for you?
Well, like most of the designer, I think I was working and changing every game I was playing when I was
Yeah.
young. Uh, but actually, I think it was when I first played Catan
Mm.
that the idea, like this night that I was playing Catan, my brain was really working, and I was thinking about game design that day. And then I tried to eventually do my own design. And since I'm a user experience designer, like design game was a good idea for me. It
So
was
you
fun to do.
your career as a UX designer. So that is for like, is it specifically in like web in applications? How do you do your UX design? Like, it's specifically
Yeah.
what field is that in?
Well, I work in a big insurance company,
Mm.
and we do usually like big forms, like insurance forms online. So I'm like one of those UX that are working on that. Yeah.
I find
So it's not really a fun.
sexy, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really sexy. That's why I'm doing games at night. Like,
Yeah, that's interesting because I anytime somebody tells me about UX design, I'm always thinking about like an app, right? Like a video game app or something like that.
yeah,
My sister-in-law, she works with one of the large banks, and same thing. She works in UX and UI, and she's explaining to me some of the things they do, and it is that it's forms and things like that, but that's still something you need someone go
yeah,
through and design and say, okay, how's a user going to kind of interact with this, and how can we make it more efficient, right? And how can we make it
exactly. And
easy?
it's same for games. Like we have to think about how it's gonna work, where they will click, how is it fluid, or is it understandable, or it's the same thing we are thinking for our games.
Yeah.
We have downtimes, like it's the same thing.
And then
So
with your approach into the industry, like I know there's the two games right now that are almost simultaneously kind of launching. Um, when did you first what was your first game that you've created, and was that Toledo, or was there another game that you created that you never
no, no,
published?
actually, well, I think the first game, 100% created
Yeah.
from me. I don't. It was maybe the 2016. I had a prohibition team.
Mm.
I still have this prototype somewhere. Like this game, like changed a lot during time. Like at first, it was like a worker placement. Now it's a card game, so it's really changed a lot. Um, but I have a lot of uh, prototype of different kind of games.
And when this started, like, was how did the pitching process work for you? Like, because for most people who design games, getting one publisher to pick you up is a big deal.
Yeah,
you've got two that have picked you up. How did you
yeah.
how did you approach this? Like, how did you meet these different publishers?
Well, um, there's but for the two, it was a little bit different. Like the first one I pitched, it was in the pandemic time, so it was like every convention was uh, uh, closed or not. We didn't have conventions, so they had like some um, not contest, but some place that we could
Like pitch
pitch online.
or
And
submit? Yeah.
yeah, so I participated at those kind of things, and like for Tolleno, like there was like a five publisher that were interested for this game. So I eventually choose a sit down. But and for Kalypso, it was a little bit different. Uh, I pitched it in for a couple of European
Mm.
publisher, but they didn't receive. I didn't have a good feedback from them, and this was in French. So I thought maybe I had a better chance in, in, in French since I was French speaker. So
Yeah.
so it didn't really click there. So I thought maybe it can be a good thing to translate it in English and all that. And the first one I pitched it was to Inside Up. So and they really like it. So
And
this
where did
was
you pitch? Was it at like Breakout Con in Toronto, or where did you
no, well,
make it?
it was really online. I sent
Wow.
an email, yeah, because in Quebec, like it's a little bit,
Well,
I'd
Quebec City is
say,
pretty far, right? Like,
difficult.
yeah,
Yeah, the convention are not near us, so I have to do it by email.
yeah.
So yeah, so I sent an email and like they respond to me about 1 month after, and I did some testing with them. Like I did maybe five uh, prototype tests with
Mm.
them on tabletop simulator,
Okay.
so virtual test. And I remember the test I did with Connor from Inside Up. He was uh, he was traveling around
The world.
Europe,
Yep.
yeah, around the world probably, and he tested my game. It was like around midnight. He was in an hotel room with his all his family, and all his family was sleeping, and he was testing my game like at midnight.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was really really cool that he really wanted to test, even if he was really far.
Yeah.
It was late. Yeah.
And then with Tabletop Simulator, is this something that you already had set up, or was it during the kind of pitching process you realized you needed to put this on Tabletop Simulator?
No, I tried to work like really fast on tabletop simulator. So and for games like that, we have a lot of polyomino. Like it's really a pain to cut all those polyomino for a physical
Yeah.
prototype. So it really helped to have a virtual prototype, so I don't have to uh, cut all those things. And well, it really helped at first.
Yeah. One thing I found is that with the like 3D printers now have really helped a lot, right, in this
Yeah,
process. Where in the past I would have tried to cut out a player board, and if I wanted to have like a multi-layered player board, right, where I have like little spots to put cubes in, things like that in. And what I found was that now printing that board in 3D and then just putting a sticker on top and then just kind of poking out the holes, is infinitely faster
Okay.
and more precise than trying to do it by paper. And we had a polyomino game just last year launched on Kickstarter. It was Survivors of Venus. And I remember doing the polyominoes for that, and that was still with paper. And I ended up getting Bristol board, right? So the thick kind of
Yeah,
like poster board, gluing 3 of those together, then putting sticker on top, sticker on bottom, and cutting it out. And that gave me the thickness that best emulated a like a punch out.
yeah,
But I can empathize with you because it is very, very, very tough when you're trying, and to get
yeah,
them to fit properly too, right? Because as you're, building out like, a pattern or a grid, everything's got to be precise enough that it kind of fits. Otherwise, you're going to get drift, and it's not going to fit within the
yeah,
lines after you've got a
yeah,
couple pieces down, right?
yeah. But I think it's like an advantage also, since it is difficult for everyone to cut all those kind of tiles, that they we do not have a lot of game designers that do tile games because they don't want to cut all those kind of things. I think it's an advantage for me that
Yeah, less
uh,
people doing it.
yeah. So like as a like graphic designer, it was more easy for me to cut
Yeah,
all those things. Like I'm used to cut things, and
sure.
yeah,
And then with Tolleno, with sit down games, so they're a European game publisher. And this is going to be at Essen. I think you were telling me earlier that
yeah,
you're gonna profile it there. Yeah.
yeah. It's like the lunch lunch day will be at SN.
And where are they based out of? Where's that company?
They are in Belgium.
Belgian company. Okay.
Yeah,
But this is going to launch worldwide. This is going to be in English as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We already have it in Canada.
Okay.
Uh, I think it we don't for US they don't have it now. I think they're searching for a distributor or
Okay.
some
Through their
in
distribution network and so forth.
yeah, I think so, but not.
So probably using like Board Game Bliss here in Canada, I would imagine. And then, so there's 2 games you've got that are both tile laying games.
Yeah,
So there's a trend here. Usually they say 3 points is a trend, but we'll go with 2.
but
Is
I have more, but they're not signed yet. So
Yeah, is that kind of your genre? Is that the genre you really feel the most comfort in? Is
well,
tile?
I think so. Well, uh, I think if I find a niche, I don't know if we
Yep.
say that in
Yeah.
English, but um, uh, and now I I put my arms in there, and then now I have to do a lot of tile laying games
Hmm.
until I have like all my ideas are just done, and but I have other ideas, card games or all kind of stuff, but actually. I think I have more ideas in tile laying games that I can bring in the industry.
Hmm.
So I'm working on that.
Any aspirations for self-publishing any titles going forward at all, or is your plan just to?
Well, no, I'm keeping the good thing for me. I'm not a really good seller, so just I think I'm a good designer, so I
Yeah,
just stay with that. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's funny. So for Calypso, those who haven't checked out the Kickstarter yet, I would encourage people to check it out because there's only 4 days to go. It's funded quite well. I'll put this in Canadian dollars. It's the only way I can see it. It's at about $287,000 on just roughly a $35,000 goal. So congrats to you and Inside Up Games on that. Can you explain using descriptive language, how do people play Calypso? What's the essence of this game?
well, we have multiple kind of play. We have competitive, cooperative, and solo.
Okay.
I designed the competitive game, and Connor did the cooperative play of the game.
Yeah.
So the let's say the com competitive is more like we're building a city, a floating city over salvage tiles and that we draft. Um, and we each building we can build some building over
Mm-hmm.
those materials,
Okay.
and we have to create like the best or have the most point possible to win the game. Like each building have some victory points
Got it.
depending on the like each building uh, gives victory points and an ability. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on the ability, sometimes the building give more or less um, victory point depending on the ability.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to have the biggest and the better city possible with uh, those ties and everything. And the cooperative mode is more like a survival game.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to have garden. We need to have uh, fish to feed our survivors and
Mm-hmm.
all that. So it's more like a survival game, like two different game, but it's the same component. Uh, and I think the game, the two different games, like they're not really completely different. Like we place the tiles the same way. It's not entirely a new.
So it's a similar game basically for the co-op versus the competitive. It's
Yeah,
similarly themed in mechanics, just different kind of objectives.
yeah,
When I was looking at, which I mean, it looks really really cool. It reminds me a little bit of Waterworld, the movie.
yeah, but for sure.
Yeah, right. So you've got like kind of like trash you're putting down as kind of your base layer,
Yeah,
and you're kind of filling in the polyominoes, and then on top of that, then you're building like buildings, right? So you're kind of building your city on top of the kind of the floating trash, I guess, for lack of a better word.
yeah,
The one thing when I was going through that I was curious on, and I'm showing on screen here, is there's these smaller player boards, and then it looks like there's a larger player board. Like there's four boards that connect together. Is that how this works, or are they played separately? I wasn't really sure on that.
when you play competitive, you only have each player will have
Ah, I see.
one like let's say one quarter of the
Mm-hmm.
board, and when we play cooperative, we place those four boards at the center of
I
the
understand.
table.
That's
It's a
super
big,
cool.
big board.
Yeah. And then there's lots of like cards and that you're drafting, I guess, for different. You're trying to achieve different goals, I guess. Is that kind of as you kind of build out the city, how the different patterns emerge is then you achieve different points, I assume, right? With some of the cards that you
Yeah,
draft.
well, different kind of way to have points for sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have let's say the community objective cards at the beginning of the game. If we complete those objectives, we have more points.
Mm-hmm.
And we have also a forecast card that we need to, let's say, um, each round
Mm-hmm.
we will have to complete those, and if we do not complete, we have penalties. So it's a kind of just little bit of things that you have to do,
Mm-hmm.
just annoying you is it the word? Just make sure that you cannot do everything you want. You need to uh, a little bit of survive, a little bit of the things that you have to do.
Mm-hmm. And then the life preserver. What does the life preserver do? I know there's life preservers in this game.
If we cover a life preserver with a tile, uh, we will have a survivor palm. Survivor, yeah,
So you
survivor
rescue
palm.
people.
Yeah, you rescue people.
Yeah.
And with those people, if you build a house for them, you can put those people to work. So
Hmm.
you can put those people on another building and trigger the ability of the building. It's
Interesting.
it's the really a game. It's a game that we do a lot of combo. It's like a combo-tastic
Yep.
game. So every time you place a tile, you can build a building.
Mm-hmm.
That building can give you another tile that give you another building that give you I don't know. You can place a survivor somewhere. So it's really cool when you have a turn like that. Like you're
Yeah.
really satisfied. And there's a lot of turn like that.
I got a buddy that loves those kind of games. We call him Captain Combo because he just every game that has combos, he's trailing everyone else, and then at the end of the game, he comes up and he just laps everybody on the board with all the combinations that he pulls out at the end. It's quite
Yeah,
funny. Um,
it's really a game like that.
yeah,
You have a lot of combos. Yeah.
it's super cool. I want to definitely highlight the deluxe version of this as well. You guys have done a great job. I mean, even the basic version has like acrylic bag, or sorry, like your canvas bags to hold the pieces. It looks like there's several hundred, 400 pieces to this game, which is quite robust. And then when I look at the deluxe version specifically, where we have game trays, you guys have taken advantage of. You've got acrylic boats and pieces. I absolutely love the barrels. So the way that you guys have created these barrels, if I can show a picture of it, the way they sit on the board, it looks like they're bobbing in the water.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're like
yeah,
cut in half.
it's super cool. So congrats on how you guys designed this. How much of the design um, did you bring to the table originally versus what like someone like your publisher like Inside Up Games would bring? Like, did you have like draft artwork already done and then they kind of went and had an artist kind of
Not,
reskin it, or how did that
not
work?
really. Like the prototype I sent to Inside Up, um, they didn't really change a lot of things in the
Mm.
competitive mode. They changed a lot of things in the co-op mode.
Mm-hmm.
But all the art and all that, like I saw it a little bit before everyone on the planet, but not a lot
Oh
of
wow.
time before. Yeah, so it's really a surprise for me also. Uh, when they presented me, it was really great. So I didn't have a lot to say. So uh,
And what did you have like as a placeholder when you were pitching? Did you have artwork you used like originally, or like how did when you pitch it to a
mhm.
publisher like this for other people in the same position as you, like how polished was that prototype design that you brought to them?
I think it was since I'm a graphic designer, I always do I think a prototype that is quite beautiful.
Yeah,
So it's like I I I need to it need to be beautiful for me. Like
yeah,
and I think it helped to sell the game also. If your prototype is beautiful,
hmm,
it help. But the like it's the same idea I submitted to Inside Up, like almost all the same materials we have, the life preservers, all that was already in the base game I submitted to them.
and the name as well, was it Calypso when you pitched
It was
it?
Calypso, but not with the K. It was
uh
a C. Yeah, like in French, we It's it's kind of like that.
Yeah, I think the actual word, yeah, I think it's C in just the stories, right? The ancient stories of
Yeah,
the myth
probably.
and so forth. But clearly, for the trademark, put it with a
Yeah,
K makes it
yeah, so it more unique with the
more
K.
unique.
So
Yeah, absolutely. So you can stand out and so forth. Where, like, you're gonna pitch, so you're going to Essen now, and is Inside Up Games bringing this to Essen as well, or are they going to be?
I
Is it?
think yes, but I'm not sure there'll be a lot of game, maybe a table or something.
Are you going to spend any time in their booth at all? Like,
Well, I try to, but I don't know if I will have a lot of time.
to meet some of the fans and
But for
stuff? Yeah.
sure, I will be there when I can. Yeah,
Yeah, and then of course Tolleno as well. You'll be in that booth, I imagine, at Essen. In
yeah, yeah, for sure. For Tolleno, I will be there because I have some hours to already to be there, so I
it's got
will be there.
it's got to be tough being a busy guy like yourself, having to like spread your
Well,
time amongst
it's
people, right?
it's really like a not a difficult week. It's a crazy week because my two games like at the same time, and I have to manage all of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but certainly a lot of fun. What comes next for you? Like, what are you now pitching to other publishers? Is there more that these publishers are looking at with you, or like, can you talk about kind of what your plans are going forward?
But for sure, I have a couple of other prototypes already, I think, ready to pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably bring them in at SM. Um, we'll see where it goes, but I'm certainly gonna continue to create other games. I really like to do that, so
Yeah.
I'm
And
not stopping there.
any plans to build out like in Quebec City? Is there like local board game meetups or cafes? Like I know in Toronto and even Montreal, there's a lot of cafes and things for gaming. Is there many in Quebec City at all, or no?
Yeah, we have Randolph and we have La Revanche,
Yeah.
two main place to play.
And
But we have a I have a meeting like every week with other designers
okay, there.
online. We meet online and we test virtually. Yeah,
It's so important, right, to constantly get feedback from other people and be play to. I use a meetup myself, so I play regular games at the meetup. But if I have a new game idea I'm working on, I've got an audience that's willing to give me some of their time to and some feedback. But there's certainly lots of playtest groups that people can be part of.
yeah.
Online is a great one. We just had Chris Bach on last week. Baki, sorry, not Bach. Chris Baki, who has done the online virtual playtesters group, which anybody around the world can join. There's so many resources out there now for board game designers to get into this industry that there really are no excuses. If you have an idea, then start pursuing it, right? Pick away at it on your own personal time. And here's an example of yet another person that's got a day job, but weekends and evenings, they're pursuing their passion. And, Gilles has been able to take that passion and turn it into a reality, which is so, so exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for those who want to check this out, I am going to put a link in the show notes. It's Kalypso with a K. You'll find it on Kickstarter. It's going to be on your For You page for sure. It was on mine. But I encourage people to check it out. There is only 4 days left to go. And I know they do have some special like gifts, for people that join during the campaign. So it's definitely worth checking out. Gilles, I want to wish you all the best, my friend, on this campaign, Tolleno as well, and just your whole designing going forward, my friend. This is so inspirational for definitely for new game designers, and I can't wait to see what you come up with next.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Really a pleasure
No worries, my friend.
talking English with you.
Take care. Cheers.
Thank you.
This has been an episode of the Board Game Binge podcast, hosted by James Staley, produced by James Staley and Mike Bruner, with original music by Nick Smith. If you would like to watch these interviews live, simply subscribe to our YouTube channel, Board Game Binge, and you'll get access to live interviews, giveaways, and interesting board game content from across the industry. I can't wait for you to join us. See you next time.